we multiply dx to both sides to get dy by itself, separate the variables. Take the integral of both. We add plus c. We solve for c, which is this right here. We plug it back into the original equation, and that's y. So the answer would be D. It's asking for the tangent line of this differential equation. So there's a tangent line equation right here. We solve for the original equation. We get dy dx equals 40, which is equal to f prime of a. So we plug in 40 for f prime of a. X minus 2, we plug in negative 2, which is x right here. And we plug in 0, which is y right here. So the answer would be C. This question is a no calculator question. It is a slow field differential equation for this one. So at each point, we're simply just plugging in the x and y value at these points into the equation and finding out which slope there is. And this is how every slope would be at if you plug in each point. For FRQ number 1, we're going to be solving A, solving for position, and y of 5. So we go over here. We take an integral of both sides. So we can solve for x. We simplify it. We get this right here. X equals sine of t cubed under 3t plus c. And then we plug in 8. We plug in 8 since y 0 equals 8. And we plug in 0. Solve for c. After we solve for c, we plug it into the original equation and solve from there. And it is a calculator equation, so we get 8.055. For B, we're finding for the total distance traveled by Shrek from t equals 0 to t equals 3. So we have this equation right here, which is in the original problem. V of t equals sine t cubed. And we simply find the absolute value of that equation. Okay, for FRQ number 2, this is a no calculator equation. For A, we're finding the absolute minimum on this interval. So we check with CP's at this interval, which x equals 4. And min occurs where f of prime of x equals 0 d/e or endpoints. And for all local extrema at this function, where x equals 2. And we will have a local max of x equals 3, since f of x is d/e or change of sign from positive to negative at this point. And local min of x equals negative 2, since f of x equals 0 or d/e and change of sign from this point. Tangent line of f of x at x equals 2. So we know f prime of a is the same as f prime of x, which is equal to gx equals 0, since we stated that above here. At equals 4, 0 will be equal to this, so we plug that in right here, and we know the x value, x equals 2. We plug it in right here, and times 4 because that is the x value right here.